about to minister to the people.
Never give up. Yeah. No matter what it is in life that you want, you gotta go out there and get it.
And giving a round of applause for an actual attempted suicide survivor, my partner, Don Sizzle, OG Suicide.
It starts off with me being abandoned in an apartment, and I was there for several days. You know, my mother and my father was a drug addict, and they basically left me and my brother, you know, in an apartment and was out and about doing whatever they was doing. So I was took by Children's Services and the authorities, and I was placed in a foster home. I grew up in Compton, California, and I chose to gangbang. So at age 16, I was asked to leave because I was bringing a lot of drama to the house. So I grew up basically in the streets, staying pillar to post wherever I could. And at age 22, I felt like I was just basically taking up space in the world. Like, I guess I got beyond being stressed out. And like they said earlier, like, things you can talk to people about, and there's things you can't. And me, basically, I was one of those persons that was more like idolized in my neighborhood. So it was like I couldn't just go to nobody and be like, man, I'm thinking about killing myself, because I was one of the ones that they really look at like, man, get out of here. But really deep down inside, this is how I felt, because it was bad enough. I grew up not knowing who my family was and trying to wonder why was I abandoned. You know, because me and my brother was abandoned together, but my mother went back and got him and never came back and got me. So that there enough always puzzled my mind, like what was it that made me different from my brother? And on December 31st, 1991, I actually took a gun and I put it to my head and I shot myself in the head. And with the grace of God, you know, my life was spared. I was released from the hospital, and basically I went back to the streets, doing the same thing, staying wherever I could with a bandage wrapped around my head. So I had to take my life and make my own decision to say, I want to make a change for my life. So I ventured into doing music and writing stories about my life and putting it in my music. And that was my way of reaching to the people to express what suicide was. My foundation, I'm a part of the Make It Rain Foundation, MakeItRain.tv. We go help people, we go mentor, we go do what we can. Just last week, we went to the county building in LA on 108th and Central and provided finance for a lot of the different single mothers that was coming out to building that couldn't get assistance. I want to say to everybody in here, especially the youth and the young, if it's ever something on your mind, never be ashamed to discuss it with your parents. When you go to school, if you ever feel like you're being bullied in school, never feel like you a snitch because you want to go tell somebody and somebody gonna tell you you a snitch. Never feel that way. If somebody is bothering you and you know it's wrong, you go talk to somebody, the nearest person you could go talk to. And on another note, youth, if you're being a bully in school, you need to stop, because it's not good. If you're stressing people out, you're making these people want to harm themselves because they're scared of you, so that makes them scared of life. So organizations, you know, I used to see psychiatrists after my suicide attempt, and me, personally, I feel like it wasn't helping me, but I'm different than everybody. I was on 93.5 K-Day with my Make It Rain Foundation, and this is something that I do everywhere I go. A lot of people call the hotlines. I'm kind of disappointed with a particular hotline because I called them to volunteer to speak to people that call the suicide hotline. They tried to charge me $150 to train me to talk to people on the phone that's calling in. I'm like, how can you train a self-experienced person how to talk to people about suicide? So I was disappointed on that. I give out my personal number, and to anybody in this room that want my personal number and feel like you want to talk to somebody, or you want somebody to mentor your children, your grandchildren, or it don't matter, or you want to be mentored. Because ain't nobody in this room too old to learn. Point blank. People need to get together and start having family groups at least once a week where you sit down with the family and discuss what's going on in the schools with your kids, what's going on in the household. Asking your kids, is there anything on your mind that's bothering you? How was your week? Just open up. You know, express your problems with your kids. Most time they may not understand it, but just opening up and experiencing and sharing your life with your kids cause them to open up and share their life with them. Because what my problem was when I was growing up, everything stayed bottled up. And that's what caused the depression. That's what caused everything to build up. And everybody in here knows too much pressure will bust a pipe. 10 to 15 to 20 minutes of your time in a day with your child can save their life forever. And that's all I got to say.
They don't wanna see you grow, get the plan off the ground. Like crabs in the bucket, they would rather pull you down. Don't never give up on your chase for your paper. Keep doing you, stop worrying about the haters. Live out your dream and believe in yourself. Walk in your shoes, not nobody else.
We gonna change the world. It's real OG Suicide sandwich.
MakeItRain.tv. It's a good message today.
Like the rest, and get caught up in a tragic. You here for a reason, you just gotta find why. You won't figure it out if you don't go try. Never give up, anything is possible.
MakeItRainFoundation.org. OG Suicide, Don Sizzle here. We got JR, OG for real. Don't keep it bottled up. Talk about it. We're here for you. We're gonna be here to bless you guys.
You gotta keep on hustling, keep on rocking. You gon' make